Hi there, this is Lee Benz, the Home Scholar, and I am the creator of the College Launch Solution. My mission all along has been to help parents homeschool high school, and I really hope that I've been helpful in your journey, and I hope that I'll be just as helpful in this next stage of your homeschool career. In our last training class, we talked about the 5 fundamentals of college and launch, and I hope that that training gave you a really good sense of what is required for a successful college launch and what you've done well so far, right? More importantly, where you might need to focus your efforts that are coming up. Now, if you haven't seen the last video though, I want you to pause this video now and go back and watch it. You go ahead, I'll wait until you're done, and then you'll be fully ready for what I'm about to share. Now, in this video, I'll show you how my ordinary, possibly nerdy, definitely normal teens earned college admission and full tuition scholarships. More importantly, in this class, I'm going to teach you how my children were able to launch successfully into adulthood, moving forward after homeschooling. And that's why I really want you to have your teenager watching with you. And in fact, if you need to pause again and get your teenager, that's totally fine with me. Today, I'm speaking to the teens. And why is that? Because today we're talking about the most important skills that any young adult must absolutely master in order to be successful. So I need you to pay close attention today, because whether you end up in college or go to a career or become an entrepreneur, you're going to need this information when you interview, apply for a job, or try to get customers, right? This is what you are looking for when you are selling your skills and talents to other people as an entrepreneur. And of course, you're going to need this information in all of your interactions with college. So this is going to be incredibly valuable for you, the teenager. So listen, are you feeling a little scared or overwhelmed with what's coming up? I hope I haven't made you nervous. But if I have, I totally understand. And I've been there myself, because the things I'm teaching you today, I've had to learn these things myself in my own work, and I know that you can learn them too. I have seen in my life real teenies like you, normal people who can get this done and then become more successful. And I have to be honest, it doesn't happen overnight. I have worked really hard on developing these skills in my own business. And for some people, it takes more work than it does for other people, especially in certain steps. So be patient with yourself. Now, let me start with the number one thing that you need to know about college or career. Are you ready? You ready to write it down? Because here we go. The key to college and career success is marketing. It's just like marketing a small business. So yep, write that down in your workbook. You see, there's a very close connection between success in college admission and success in business, and it all boils down to marketing. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking marketing, yuck, unless you're a natural entrepreneur, which, by the way, I am not. It seems like marketing is sort of sordid or sinister, right? What kind of game are these college folks playing anyway? But I want you to stay with me, because successful marketing and coaching are really about providing real value to other people. So let's use my business as an example. I provide real value to homeschoolers in need. Basically, marketing is giving something what people need, but they don't have, something like expertise. And in exchange, you get something that you need but don't have, which is usually money, or in your case, scholarships. So let's talk about you, right? The college application is about you providing something that colleges need. And believe it or not, colleges need you, the talented and educated young people who will help them fulfill their purpose and their mission. And in exchange, colleges and employers are willing to give you something that you need. Again, that's money or scholarships, right? Now, you may be thinking that it's not possible. You can't possibly be a marketer. But I want you to think about this. You actually do marketing every single day, right? Every time you tell a friend about a great movie or an awesome TV show or the newest iPhone, every time you suggest a place to meet up or an activity to do, that is all marketing. Marketing is where you are telling someone else about something that is awesome, right? So that's what today's training is about. You're going to learn how to tell someone else the awesomeness that is you, right? And this is the marketing aspect of college or job application. This is how you, as a teenager, trade what you have for what you need. And more importantly, to do it with honesty and integrity and confidence. So, like a business, you won't have any customers if you don't act honestly. That's why so many companies fail. That's why entrepreneurs fail. That's why people don't get admitted to college. And I've been around a long time since I started, so I know that this is true. And marketing is not a new strategy. Parents and students have always marketed to colleges, so it's nothing new. What has changed, though, is the complexity and how detailed it is in the methods we use in making the simple transaction. It used to be very simple, if then binary simple, right? Colleges looked at things like grades, essays, test scores. And frankly, they wouldn't even look at that much. They would just look at grades. And in fact, just for fun, I would like you to Google John Kennedy's admission essay to Harvard, right? 91 words. It's horrible. And he still got in, became president of the United States. So today, the process is more complex. It's like three-dimensional chess with multiple dimensions and methods for students and parents and universities to negotiate this deal. And it's not just about grades and test scores. And every person has a role to play in the process. Parents will add the school and educational details like course descriptions and reading lists and activity lists and awards lists. And colleges look deeply at students, checking their volunteer hours, community involvement, political involvement, much more. But now there's the more dimensions that they check, because they'll even look at all of your social media profiles for applicants, not just Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all the other fun ones too. So you want to be extra careful that you're both genuine and clean on your social media. But wait, there's more. Many colleges want to interview candidates, especially if they're awarding significant money in scholarships. So now you have to add your public presence, speaking, dress, manners, and charm into the mix. You may need some recommendations from teachers, counselors, employers. You have to reveal your financial status if you want financial aid. And then there are private scholarships to consider. Not to mention things like SAT, ACT, SAT, CLEP AP. Can you even believe how many acronyms there are? It is crazy, right? So it's no wonder that people feel a little overwhelmed at the prospect of even applying to college. And now they wonder and fret about, how do you compete for scholarships? How do you succeed in college when you get there? So let me explain. I want to make this process easier for you and more effective. And that is where honest marketing comes in. I want to tell you the 10 critical factors for college and career success. And when you understand these 10 things, everything else is going to fall into place. These 10 things are going to help you understand the core truth about what colleges really want and the core truth about how only you can give it to them in a way that demonstrates the quality and integrity of the product that you're selling, which is you and your home education. So these 10 things also happen to be the keys to successful career success as well. So let's get started. Make sure you have that workbook ready because you're going to want to write down some notes. I left lots of room for you, okay? Now, today again, we're talking about the 10 C's of college and career success. Or as I like to say, why these 10 C's are more important than all A's or all APs, right? Now, the first C is courage. Write it down, courage. You must be courageous enough to be vulnerable, right? So whether you're a parent helping your teen get into college, or a teen dealing with application essays and professors and employers for the first time, you have to have courage. You have to have courage enough to be vulnerable. You are going to be exposed to a potential failure. It's possible people may not like you. People may criticize your views or your homeschooling or your haircut, and you have to move past the fear. But here's the thing. You are actually much stronger than you think. I want to talk about courage. All right. In my experience, I'm a nurse, and I can tell you for sure that grown adults feel fear, especially in the hospital. But courage is different than fear. Courage is doing what you have to do even when you are afraid. When the hospital procedure hurts, people are afraid, right? But they do it anyway. And you know why? It's because they have courage. They are afraid, and they also have courage. So I want you to move past the fear and know that courage is something different. Courage starts with self-confidence, and self-confidence starts with surety. You want to be sure of yourself and your purpose. And in fact, the more surety and confidence you have in yourself, the more courage you're going to have. Of course, you have to have confidence in yourself for a reason. And I'll tell you, the best reason is that God doesn't make mistakes. He made you exactly the way you are. Nobody else has the special set of skills and abilities. Nobody else has your experience, your perspective, and no one can give the world what you have to give the world. There's something out there that you're meant to do. And I know you don't know it now, but that's okay. So here is the inside secret, right? It doesn't matter whether you actually are confident. You don't have to be confident. You have to act confident. So write that down. It's really important, okay? You don't have to be confident. You only have to act confident. So let me give you an example. When I was working as a nurse, there were things I did and I did not feel confident. Like when I was doing clinical teaching to other nurses with far more experience than me. I did, however, act confident. And that confidence was apparent to everyone. Now, there is a lot of truth in that adage. The old fake it till you make it strategy works great for college and career. In fact, if you ask them, most adults actually feel like they are faking it right now when they demonstrate their confidence. So fake it till you make it, all right? Let's move on. The second C is connect. You need to connect and empathize with people that you interact with and know how you can help, right? You want to connect with colleges and eventually with employers and customers. So how do you do that? You do it by bringing more humanity into your application, more genuineness, right? So say you see them, you hear them, that you understand. Show your connection to that college or job in your application or in any other communication that you have with that college or employer. And promptly respond. And when you respond, be genuine, okay? So when you're applying for a college or job, make sure you connect with individual people, not just the whole organization, but individuals. Know where you're applying, know their specific challenges. So here's the thing. Everyone has a problem that they're trying to solve. Employers have a problem. And in fact, the underlying question of every job interview is, can this person solve my problem, right? That's what they're looking for. And colleges have a problem too. Now, the college problem is a little harder to define, but a big piece of it is the strengthening and spreading of their mission statement into society. Did you even know a college has a motto or a mission statement? Yes, they did. So at one of the colleges where my boys applied to, their motto was engage the culture and change the world. It was all over their marketing materials, on their brochures, posters on campus. It was everywhere. We knew that that college was going to ask my children, how would they support their mission to engage the culture and change the world? True enough, answering that question was a big part of their application essay and a big part of getting that full tuition scholarship when they competed to get that. So let's talk about how you can learn the problem of the colleges so that you can solve it, right? Here's what you do. You go to the website of college or employers, you read their website, read their brochures, spend time thinking about how can you contribute or solve their challenges. Show that you are ready to contribute. Remember that the goal of connecting is to stand out from the crowd, not blend in, right? Stand out. And that brings us to the third C, right? The third C is color, as in be colorfully unique, be authentically you, bring color into it. To be successful in college and career, you need to demonstrate integrity about who you really are. Now, of course, this means you have to know who you really are, and a lot of deans haven't given a lot of thought to that. So even if you don't have firm convictions about every topic, you need to demonstrate openness and reason. So whether you're conservative, liberal, artistic, analytical, enthusiastic, subdued, you want to let people know who you really are and be colorfully unique. But that also means you need to be authentic, right? Don't conceal your true self because you think somebody won't understand who you are or genetically what you're made of, right? Remember what we talked about earlier about about courage. You need to demonstrate courage in your convictions and not cower in the corner. And that's what integrity is, being who you are. And if you are rejected, well, then you'll have experienced what literally is common to every human in in humanity, right? Everyone experiences failure and rejection from time to time. And if you do, well, you are not unique in any way. Now, the 10 C's are great for both college and career success. But there is an important difference in the areas between college and career. So let's talk about that for a moment. I want you to think of college as a sprint. Universities are looking for people who can contribute immediately because they'll only be there for 4 years. So prove yourself by your actions. Demonstrate leadership in class and within your community. Meanwhile, your career is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Employers are looking for long-term commitment and leadership that is proven over time. So in the career, prove yourself by solving problems with your immediate supervisor or customer. And in your career, you want to avoid flashiness, right? You prove your excellence by your actions over time. So to summarize, in college, you want to be a leader on campus and in class. In your career, you want to be a soldier and prove yourself first. Leadership opportunities always follow. Or another way to explain color is that I want you to avoid that cookie cutter conformity, right? Go out and show your true colors. Okay, moving on. The fourth C is communication. You have to have clear communication. You want to clearly communicate in these 4 ways. Ready? First, clearly communicate in writing. That means that your application essays and emails that you send. Number 2, clearly communicate when you're speaking face to face in your in-person interactions. That's like your interview, right? But it goes beyond that every time you interact with them. So you speak clearly. You look them in the eye, right? That's what you do. Number 3, clearly communicate who you are. You need to understand who are you, who do you serve, what do you provide? And number 4, clearly communicate your vision for yourself and your future. Let's talk about that for a second. Here's a quick tip. I want you to create an elevator pitch for yourself. An elevator pitch is like your business motto or mission statement. It's very short and sweet, just quick enough for an elevator ride. So when I meet people, I tell them I'm Lee Benz, the home scholar, and I help parents homeschool through high school. It's not just words, it's who I am. It's my elevator pitch. So I want you to create an elevator pitch for yourself. If you can do this and get good at it, you will succeed in every interview you have. It unlocks the door for a lot of adventures in college and career and beyond. So you want to be prepared with that elevator pitch. Okay, now with colleges, I will say the big deal is actually writing a great application essay. So I really want you to exert some effort on those essays. Let me explain with the next C, because the 5th C is copy. I'm talking about the finer points of how to communicate in writing and giving details about the college application essay. because these are how you get them, the colleges, the careers, the employers, to pay attention to you. You have to have some amazing words and phrases in your essays about yourself, and your speaking and your correspondence have to demonstrate these amazing words. So copy means the text that you write to communicate what you have to say, right? Have you ever heard about people saying that's advertising copy? That's what we're talking about today in your application essay. It's your advertising copy. How do you get them, the colleges, careers, customers, to pay attention to you, right? Again, it's that amazing words and phrases that you use when speaking and in your correspondence. So let me talk a little bit about how to create memorable application essays. First, you want to write your essays based on meaningful college visits. They need to be self-reflective and personal, which answers the question, who are you anyway, right? They should be technically perfect, which answers the question, how well can this person write? And each essay should be unique and touch on pieces of the college's most important question, which is, why should we admit you out of all people? And finally, the essay should be tailored for each specific college or opportunity. Now is the time to be very specific, not sloppy in generalities. And I hope that you'll join me for the College Launch Solution, because I actually have lots of training material on how to write college application essays, how to make that process as easy and stress-free as possible, and lots of practice to get you feeling confident about that. Okay, but there is one college application essay that is really the most important that you will ever write, and it's called the personal statement, right? And if you do a great job distilling who you are and what you stand for in your personal statement, and then you make an effort to keep it up over time as you evolve over time, it can become the basis for many other college applications, for future job applications and interview answers and life opportunities. You just have to keep it up, right? Keep up that essay, personal statement. I want you to be careful to distinguish what I'm talking about, though, from self-plagiarism, right? Self-plagiarism in college is reusing your writing for different classes over and over. Same essay, different classes. Just like garden variety plagiarism, this is a big no-no. Your personal statement, however, is different. It should be carefully maintained to demonstrate and describe who you are as you grow. So you always update it and you always use it. Even if you don't use it verbatim in your essay, it will form the basis of how you communicate with others and let them know where you're coming from, okay? So let's move on. The sixth C is content. The content of your education, the content of your character. This C shows who you are and is everything you share about college to colleges and employers. So it's the real content of your application as well. Now, I want to show you that the content of your character and your interaction matters. Okay, your content includes everything. What you say, what your social media says, what your essay says, what's on your application, what's in your homeschool records, everything that you share with colleges, everything that they discover about you is your content. And so you need to be creating high quality content. Frankly, there's a lot of junk out there, and colleges will be looking at all that junk, and you can really stand out. So you want to have high quality content in your interactions and in your application. Everything you share with colleges, everything that they see, that is your content. And you need to learn how to create high quality content, right? Now think about social media. There is really a lot of junk on social media, and not any content will do. There's thousands of applicants. Some of them are not all that smart. They're not smart and motivated like you. And so this is how you can stand out. So here's an important tip. I want you to review all of your social media posts Everything you post on social media is forever, right? And colleges and employers are now doing excellent research on social media to figure out if you have been appropriate in your online posts, okay? You want the content of your application to scream, this student is well educated, this young person is ready for college. And the same thing goes for your essays, as well as your social media, your phone conversations, your emails with them, etc. Each piece of content should build on and reinforce the other pieces of content. So here is an all too common example of how easy it is to get your content wrong. Let's suppose Susie, graduate from high school, has great grades and fantastic references, socially conscious essays, and a good sense of humor, right? It sounds like a perfect fit for career. But what do they find when they do a cursory search and they Google her name, right? Susie on social media. Spoiler alert, they always do this. Well, surprise, surprise, it turns out that Susie is actually not as genuine as she portrays herself. She's actually a party animal who does not care about the values that she's written about at all. And so my point is to make sure that all of your content reinforces the message that you want to deliver and does not demonstrate inconsistency that is going to destroy your credibility. Okay, moving on. The 7th C is convince. Because you're trying to convince perfect strangers, the college, the employers, to become your biggest fans, people who are willing to go to bat for you, right? So you need to convince total strangers to become raving fans. Write that down. For example, my sons actually got to know their college admission representative very well, and he really went to bat for them, convincing the scholarship committee to give them their biggest scholarships, even though they were both homeschooled, even though they both came from the same family and were applying the same year. This same scenario actually happens across the country. College committees get together to discuss who's going to get admission, and same for job. They discuss the relative merits of each applicant together, and you want somebody who you have turned into your biggest fan. You're trying to convince admission representatives, employers, and customers to become people who are going to go to bat for you, who write you a review, right? Who will pick up your banner and make good things happen for you. So you want to convert them or change them by your interactions, your effectiveness. That's what's going to result in admission and scholarships and jobs, right? So your success then is directly proportional to your strategic effort. Your success is based on the number of actions taken, the number of visits to the college or emails in person or on the website. You want to track your interactions and applications. Okay, so don't forget, I want you to write this down. Creating raving fans out of total strangers does not require all A's or all AP classes. It only requires effort. It does require effort on your part. And so to really win the college admission and scholarship game, you have to be authentic and a quality individual. And that's how I know you can do it, because it's not about a test, right? Now, the 8th C of college and career success is contribute. You need to explain in all of your interactions the value that you will contribute where you want to go next. And this means that you need to make your college application, your interactions about what you can give and not what you can get, right? What will you contribute to that college or that job, right? What can you give the college? Can you give them intellectual enrichment, campus leadership, passion, compassion, humanity? What could you give an employer? Integrity, honesty, hard work, problem solving, team building, leadership, skills. Spend some time, lots of time, thinking about the character qualities that you have that you can give to the college. Don't worry about your weaknesses. Just go over your strengths. Things like love and passion, things that you're good at, right? It is important as it is for others to see your value to colleges and to your employers. You need to know yourself deep down inside What value do you provide? And then you need to be able to communicate it in a way that is honest, but not bragging. So now listen, I left some space for you to write down the character qualities that you can contribute. Did you write something down? I need to move on, but when we're done, I want you to go back and think about it, and then use that information in your personal statement when you're writing something for college or employer. Okay, the 9th C is commit. Your commitment to the application process. You need to commit to having consistent interactions with the college, with your employer. You need to stay engaged with the college that you hope to attend, or the company that you're hoping to work for, or the customers you're hoping to achieve. So watch that. They may change things, right? A college may change their website. So you want to follow their blog, follow their social media, be continually up to date on what they're up to. Your commitment to the college will be demonstrated in your consistent interaction with them. And this is actually what separates the amateurs from the pros. So let your interactions with them be informed by your deep understanding of who they are and what they stand for. Ask intelligent, pertinent questions. Be disciplined and strategic in your efforts. And above all, be confident in your message. Don't change your personality or your tone each time you talk with them. You can be genuinely who you are. Now, this also means that you have to commit yourself to the hard work of senior year. So let me explain really quickly what senior year is all about, all right? You start your application in September or earlier. That means you have to complete your essays and fill out forms. You need to meet and beat all deadlines. But of course, in 12th grade, you may suddenly find something is missing, right? So you might have to repeat a test if necessary, or fill in gaps in classes that you haven't taken yet. You need to follow scholarships too. So you have to complete the FAFSA and look for private scholarships. And at the same time, you're developing relationships with colleges, right? So you have to go on college visits. You have to go get your college and career interviews. Now, don't panic, right? My mission is to help you through senior year. And my goal with the College Lunch Solution is to help you through that process and each step along the way. I love helping people, and I believe in homeschoolers, and I believe that you're well prepared for this. Okay, now the 10th C of college and career success is community. You need to have a tribe around you to get you through this thing. You need community to help you survive and thrive in college. You need to find a community that's a good fit for you, one that will encourage you to grow and be a better person, not a community that's going to drag you down or lead you in the wrong direction. So let's talk about how to find a community that fits you. Much like your friends fit you now, you want to find a community for the future. So first, you want to find a community that fits you before college. Colleges want the best learning community, and the worst thing to do is to be alone with nobody to relate to. So you're seeking out like-minded people that are going to encourage you. And as you visit colleges, try to look for a community that fits you and shares your values. So for example, Young Life or Crew or Young Republicans or Habitat for Humanity or whatever it is, find some like-minded people before. Next, you need to find a community that fits during college. The worst thing to do is to be alone when you start college. You feel inadequate. So you need to find other people who are going through that experience with you. Here's what you do. You join a faith-based group within the first 2 or 3 weeks of school. Don't wait any longer, because the longer you wait, the more inertia will keep you from joining. So you jump in right away to make sure that you're settled really by the 2nd or 3rd week of school, and not trying for the first time in the 3rd week. Okay. Now, actually, this is how you're going to maintain your faith in a challenging environment and hold on to the values and ideals that are important to you right now. Okay. So remember that the first 2 weeks of school. And you know, the same thing applies to your career. You need to find a community that fits in your career. having a group of confidants at your workplace can be enormously important as you move through your career. For a lot of people, the friends that you make early in their work career are going to stay with them throughout their whole life. Now, often it's also helpful to join a professional association related to your area of study. You might join Association of Engineers, for example. Now, for parents who are listening, you need to find community too. You have to find other families who are going through that application and scholarship process so that you can support each other. Everyone having the same experiences and learning the same lessons and sharing with one another. This is going to help you to find compassionate advice and help. Friends who have younger children or are in different family situations, they may not be as helpful to you in this area, okay? So having a community that will challenge you, help you grow and learn through the process. And that's actually why I have a private Facebook group for Homescholar Insiders. So if you're looking for a community during this time of your homeschool journey, I sincerely hope that you're going to be joining me for the College Launch Solution and joining all of us, because we do have that network of like-minded families who are ready to support and encourage you as you are able to support and encourage them. Okay, so I know that's been a lot of C's, and I hope you can see why the 10 C's are really more important than all A's or all APs. Now, this is important. Remember, it is not about how smart or gifted you are. It's about your character, your genuineness, how you present yourself. All right, so let me give it to you in a nutshell in case you were totally lost and befuddled the whole time I was talking. I want you to be yourself, a genuine jewel. It's like people of character are like diamonds. They have 4 characteristics like diamonds. A diamond is rated by cut, color, clarity, and carat weight. Well, you're rated that same way too. Cut means that you are cut out to be honest and hardworking, right? Color means you are genuine and unique, colorful people, right? Colorful people are unique. Clarity, that means clear communication in writing, speaking, in person, and your essays. And carat weight. Carat weight means that you have had rigorous, weighty college prep classes, that you have the best grades that you personally could get, and the academic preparation that will get you where you want to go next. So I need you to write down one more thing. Listen carefully. The world needs your special gifts and talents. Keep going for your dreams. Be genuine and authentic, who you really are. And when you fail, get back up, dust yourself off, and try again, just like the entire rest of the adults in the human race, right? Nobody can do your job except for you. So did you write it down? Right? Write this down. The world needs me, my special gifts, my unique talents. All right. Now that's it for today, but I need you to do one more thing. I would love to know your thoughts and what steps you're going to implement today to put these lessons into action. What was the thing you enjoyed most as I was talking? Would you please click on the response question below and let me know? You can encourage others who are sharing their plans and actions, and I really hope you've enjoyed this training. In our next video, I'm going to be sharing from my heart real life stories from parents who are on the same journey that you're on, and answer some of their most challenging questions and concerns about the college launch. So you're not going to want to miss it. It's really important, okay? I know this has been a great deal of fun, and I know that you've learned a lot, so I want you to come to my next class. I'll see you then. Have a great day.